We know kids deserve the best start in life, and parents, especially moms, shouldn't have to choose between family or a career. A year ago, we said we would build a national system to make childcare more affordable and accessible everywhere in Canada, and today we continue to deliver on that promise. We have reached a multi-year agreement with Ontario that will cut fees by an average of 25%, and parents will start seeing savings across Ontario in the coming weeks, and cut fees in half on average by the end of this year. Savings per child of about, by the end of 2022, of an average of about $6,000 a year. That is real money for families at a time where we know costs of living continue to go up, the situation in Ukraine, the coming out of COVID, the challenges that our economies are facing means this is real money that will stay in the pockets of families this year to help with everything else. We're going to meet our $10 a day target in 4 years, and at the same time create 86,000 new spaces by the end of 2026 across Ontario. I know Ontario parents have been wondering for a while when this was going to happen. Well, we worked hard to get this deal done because you deserve affordable childcare like all Canadian parents. Now, including Ontario, we've reached childcare agreements with all provinces and territories across the country, which means this means that Canadians, all Canadian families from coast to coast to coast will benefit from quality, early learning, accessible, affordable childcare, which is a historic moment for parents, for kids, for families, but also for businesses across the country. We know the economic growth that is unlocked when moms no longer have to choose between having a family or advancing their career. It's a benefit not just to families, not just to kids, but to all of us. And that's what's so exciting. And I want to thank Deputy Prime Minister Freeland for putting it in last year's budget and making it a reality alongside Ministers Gould and Hussein. Ahmed, you negotiated the first ones. Karina, you brought it home in some very tricky negotiations. But we are here now being able to say that childcare is becoming a reality for all Canadians right across the country. In less than 12 months, we went from not having national childcare towards being on the road toward it. And there's lots of work still to do to make sure we're following up and getting that $10 a day reality within 5 years right across the country, that we're reducing fees, that we're encouraging more early childhood educators to step up with better pay, better supports, better recognition of the extraordinary job they do. But this is the track we are finally on. Accessible, high-quality childcare is key to building a stronger future, a more resilient economy, and growing the middle class. I think of all the families and parents I've met across the country who told me how badly they needed more accessible, more affordable childcare. Many families across the country are already seeing significant savings, and now families in Ontario who are facing extremely high costs will see them very soon. This is real positive change, and our government will keep working to make sure everyone has what they need to succeed. Together, we're building a strong future for all Canadians. And I'm now very pleased to pass it over to our friend, Premier Ford. Doug.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's great to be here in Brampton at the Y. On behalf of Minister Lecce, Sakaria, and Bethenfalvy, along with MPP Sandhu, I want to welcome the Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, and Minister Gould to Brampton, and my good buddy that's been, Gabre, that you've been following me around. I've been following you around for the last week, which is actually great news. Together, we're here to provide real relief to parents and families in Ontario. As we announce an agreement worth over $13 billion to deliver $10 a day childcare to mums and dads across the province. As a government, we're laser focused on finding more ways to keep costs down for Ontario families. Most recently, we did so by eliminating the cost of the license plate stickers while also refunding the fees paid over the past 2 years. And we're eliminating unfair road tolls on Highway 412 and 418. This deal will immediately reduce the cost of childcare in Ontario and provide refunds retroactive to April 1st. As the Prime Minister mentioned, April 1st is 25%, and at the end of the year is another 25%. So really instantly you're seeing the results. This is the next step we're taking to keep costs down for people in our province. I want to thank our federal partners for their collaboration, which was critical in landing this childcare agreement. It's a great deal for Ontario parents and the right deal for Ontarians. It's a deal that provides flexibility in how we allocate federal funding. Flexibility that was critical to making this program work in Ontario. It includes built-in protections for Ontario taxpayers against any shortfalls, including an automatic review in year 3 to make sure the actual costs of the program are funded. And it's a deal that secures out-year funding to underscore the long-term commitment of both governments to the success of this program. It shows what we can accomplish working together. So I want to thank my federal colleagues again for their participation and collaboration. My friends, whether it's through the $10 a day childcare or a provincial childcare tax credit or all-day kindergarten, parents in Ontario now have access to many low-cost options for childcare and can tailor their choices to their own unique needs. As they do, our government will continue fighting to keep costs low for parents and families. Thank you, and may God bless the people of Ontario